I can go anywhere, walk the desert in the sun, lost and I don't care. I'm feeling lighter, lighter. At the finish line, you can't cheat me now. Flying like a satellite, I'm so far away, can't get me back. You wanna take it in my mind, cloak and dagger, snakes and ladders. Thinking of the reason why it's always the weak ones who attack. You got nothing else in life, it's all that matters. Snakes and ladders. It's all that matters, snakes and ladders. How does it feel to fall now that you're in this alone? No more comfort, 'cause those days
Hit that
are
like button, please.
over. Now I've seen that
Thank you, everyone.
side. Can't believe I let you wear me down. All the memories unwind, taking me higher, higher. Past the finish line, you can't cheat me now. Can't get me back. In my mind, daggers, snakes and ladders. Thinking of the reason why it's always the weak ones who attack. Got nothing else in life. All that matters, snakes and nothing else in life. It's all that matters, snakes Snakes and ladders.
Hello everyone. How are we doing? Happy Wednesday. Do you know, just before it was time to go live, my sound wasn't working. And I was like, I wanted the trepidation to happen during the live stream, not in the lead up. But here we are. Welcome to Myles Dyer Live. I am Myles Dyer, and every Wednesday, this time, wherever you are in the world, we hang out. We chill. Sometimes we talk about serious issues. Maybe that's mental health and well-being, world events. And other times we have a bit more of a laid-back approach. Might be quizzes, popular culture, movies, gaming, you name it. Today is going to be just a chilled one because, firstly, I've just come off the back of a pretty full-on 3 weeks. The last 2 episodes have been quite downbeat. One because of the passing of a good friend of mine. And then I ended up making myself really ill. And the last sort of 11 days, I've had the worst sort of illness where I've just not really been able to eat anything without feeling sick. Fortunately, I'm better now. So it's good to be back. Oh, and then during that time, my laptop died, which is what I use to do my Let's Plays every weekend. And something I've been considering for a while now is having a stream set up, a sort of a new computer for up here, and then obviously something that I can also use downstairs. So I have, in fact, pulled the trigger after my laptop broke, and I've spent an obscene amount of money. But if it lasts me another 6 years, which my previous computers have, I'm going to be in a very good place. And it's all set up around me now because it also means I have 2 screens, which I have never had in my life. I know that's quite hard to believe. Multiple monitors. And that means when I'm working as well, I can take this MacBook out and replace it with my work laptop and have it into 2 screens. And for anyone that's used multiple screens, when you're doing spreadsheets, that helps you a lot. It's really, really, really good. So, yeah, this is amazing. So at the moment, you're in the middle, and then just here is my laptop screen, which, although smaller than what my original main screen was, I've got all my streaming stuff on here. I've got the chats. I've got Amnesia Pete on here. I've got Mojo. I've got Canic Tunes. I've got Kira. I've got Vargelsoft. I've got Time to Play. I've got everyone on the chat. So welcome, welcome, welcome. And then over here on my bigger screen, I've got, social media. I've sort of got one window. And then I've also got, if I press this button, hopefully it works. Yeah, I've got the puzzle always on screen. And it's not just because I now have more real estate in front of me, because when I was doing my live show on one screen, it meant I had literally all over the screen the streaming software, and then I'm trying to share screens behind it, and it was a complete nightmare. Now I can actually have, multiple screens and portion it for different areas. But not only that, I actually have a computer that runs fast enough that there's no risk of things breaking down. And especially when it comes to doing my Let's Plays at weekends, whenever I have any other window open while live streaming, the frame rate drops. And it's something that always just made me agitated, because when I've got the headset on, I want to be under, the confidence that the live stream is going fine. So I haven't actually tried it for Let's Plays yet. That will be happening this weekend, and I'll get to that in just a moment. But already I'm just really excited that I've got everything working really, really great. And it's something I've always wanted to say, which is I'm very committed to this show. I don't know why I've still got the puzzle up. I'll get to that in a moment. I'm very committed to this, and whenever there is a need for an upgrade or stuff, I will put my hand in my pocket, and I will splash out on what needs to make it continue. And literally the day after my laptop broke, I felt, okay, this is a sign. I need to make it happen. So yeah, I hope you are all doing good. I'm doing a lot better, and it's amazing to be here with you today. But before I say hi to everyone in the chat, again, lots of love coming through. Always appreciate it. The whole remit of this show is it's actually a bit of a tech rehearsal, and I have been testing the tech behind the scenes, but nothing is quite like just going out there and doing this, which is what we're doing now. So you are my producers. So as we're doing this, at the moment, I can hear constant hissing in my ear from this device for the sound. Hopefully you can't hear it. I did do a recording test beforehand and I couldn't hear it. So I just need to work that out for my own benefit. But if there's anything that doesn't quite look right or needs tweaking, just let me know. I'm completely open to it. But yeah, hey Danny, it feels like I'm back in 2010 seeing you go live. It's great to see a lot of old school folk here, because Monday was indeed my 17th YouTube anniversary, which is just scary to think about in lots of different ways. And so I did this social post. Wow, when I drag images up, it instantly loads. This was my first YouTube vlog, which I have played on the show many times, and then actually I showed over here sort of the then and now. I've definitely got older. I have to think. I think I look pretty decent. I actually think I look a lot better now, but it also comes with confidence. I still have a bit of a messy look about me, but that's how I've always been. And so it's been interesting to reflect on that. So yeah, I post about it on my social media, and naturally a lot of people I've not heard from in a while have just reached out. And I was saying, if you get a chance, tune into this show, because this definitely has the vibe of old school Stickam days, for anyone that remembers that, when we used to just live stream from our bedrooms and stuff. So thank you, Danny. It's good to have you here. Joshua, I'm doing great. I appreciate you asking. You look chipper today. Thank you. Thank you, Siago. It's really, really appreciated. Callie says, happy Wednesday, show 107. We just powering our way towards show 200. Oh my goodness. I mean, that's over a year away. But we are powering through to that. Yeah, On the US show I present on Fridays, it's called Two Wise Fridays because it's Myles Dyer, Two Wise, hence why there's an emoji for it. But now it's two screens, two screens, Two Wise. So yeah. So today's topic is test streaming and new hardware, and after Myles has seen it works, it's bye-bye. Total stream time 30 seconds. Yeah, can you imagine that? Like, yeah, all right. Cheers, guys. Thanks a lot. No, we're just gonna hang out. Lincoln, more professional now. It feels it. And also, do you know, strangely enough, it's actually easier for me to talk directly into the camera. Now, maybe it's something I do normally and I just don't quite notice it. But normally, because you have like one screen and one camera, naturally you're drawn to one. But because I've got two screens in front of me now, it's easier to look in between them. But that could just be me. Good to see you here, Abby. Thank you for tuning in. Hope you are well. Also, numerologically, it fits in well that show 107 follows your 17-year marker. I like that. I like that very much. Just want to say well done to the Lionesses for beating Australia today and reaching the World Cup final on Sunday. Amazing. Yes. I mean, I'm not a huge football supporter, but huge props to them for achieving that. Titty Sprinkles, best name ever. Are you growing a beard, Mr. Dyer? I mean, not really. I can't grow a proper beard, but occasionally. There was that meme that I showed ages ago, and do you know what? It's actually going to be quite easy for me to find it now, because I've also been rummaging around trying to sort everything out. And let's have a look. Funny pics. Yeah, this is the photo that I always like showing. Before and after shaving. I love this so much. It's just the no-nose. The no-nose. It's so true. When you have a proper shave, your face just feels so flat and featureless. This is absolutely brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. Miles' haircut has leveled up greatly. I appreciate that. I have literally never joined a YouTube live before, but got to do it. It's flashback time. Well, I appreciate you stopping out for this because, yeah, YouTube live is great. It's come a long way, and I actually do appreciate it to Twitch. I think if I was nothing but a gamer streamer, I might be on Twitch. But even then, there's a lot about the YouTube platform I really like. I do like the gamification and that on Twitch a lot, though, and I wish YouTube had a bit more of that. And cheers, Roy. Cheers. And depressingly accurate with the cartoon, yeah. I can grow a beard, but it itches, so I avoid it. Well, isn't that what they always do? They always itch to begin with, and you got to kind of stick with it, and then your body's like, all right, I'm just going to ignore the sensations because this is just too much. Right. A bit of housekeeping, really. We've already gone into sort of the main topic of the show, and my Stream Deck keeps on resetting. So let me just add that to my notes of things I need to do. Stream Deck keeps resetting to default screen, which is quite annoying because it means I always have to... Wow, it's done it again already. That's super quick. All right, everyone. A bit of housekeeping. Down here, you can see all my contacts. I'm still calling it Twitter. I'm still going to keep the bird there. But you can follow me on X if you prefer that. Schedule every week, especially for those of you that are new. So every Wednesday I host Myles Dyer live. If you're not watching live and on replay, basically whenever you're watching, this is every week. So tune in. Last week was a good episode. It was all about little comforts because I was feeling really unwell, and it was just great hearing everyone's thoughts on... Well, we just had a big discussion, didn't we, on like what things pick up our spirits. Is it like thinking about nice memories? Is it diving into nostalgia? Is it going in for long walks? Is it particular foods? I've just been asked, do I have threads? And the answer is yes, I do. I do, and it's just Myles Dyer Official, although you'll be able to find it off my Instagram as well. I don't really use it a lot, though. Fruit Loops are all the same flavour. What's this about? What's going on here? Then every Friday, I head on over to PSVR Without Parole, the best PlayStation VR community in the world, to co-host the US show with my buddy Brian. It's always a late one for me. But it's always a good time. So head on over to Without Parole. Do subscribe. They're approaching 100,000 subscribers, which is great. But if you aren't sure and can't find it, just look on my channel because there's a playlist with every Friday show that I'm on. And then at the weekends, it's time for a bit of fun with Let's Plays, where I tune in to lots of different VR experiences. Sometimes I get scared and freaked out, and you get to laugh at me. And other times I play silly action-based experiences or sports, and you also get to laugh at me. So you might be asking, well, Myles, what are this weekend's Let's Plays? Because due to me being unwell, I actually cancelled all the Let's Plays last week. That was a really good thing for me to do. And I was thinking about, do I just do 3 this weekend or do I go back to 6? And I've decided I'm going to go back to 6 because I think with my new setup, it will hopefully it's impossible to hum while you're holding your nose. I mean, it's the pressure, isn't it? But you can. Yeah, isn't that humming? Oh, you're right, though. You're right, though. Thanks, Chaos, for that public service announcement. I'm really glad. Let's give him a round of applause. Appreciate it very, very, very much. Where were we? We were on Let's Plays for this weekend, and Joshua just says, definitely want to hear what you have to say about Green Hell. Well, funnily enough, this weekend, we're kicking things off on Saturday at 5 p.m. UK time, which is 9 a.m. if you're on the West Coast, or midday on the East Coast, with Cactus Cowboy Plants at War. They've just announced a new game from the series, but this game came out at launch for PSVR 2, and it was a completely free game, and it was developed by one person. And the developer actually sometimes comes into the live chat, so they might be watching in the background now. I'm definitely going to be reaching out to them and letting them know that I will be playing this. So that should be a lot of fun. Then we'll be diving into a world of relaxation because I deserve that after the last few weeks I've had, and we'll be having Vacation Simulator. Living in the future and wondering what it was like to live as a human and taking vacations. I've played only the very beginning of this, and then I stopped and I thought I'll save it for the Let's Play. So that should be good. That is 2 hours later. And then 2 hours later after that, as was asked by Joshua, Green Hell VR. This game has just come out. It's getting lots of mixed thoughts. I have not touched it yet. I have not looked at anyone's gameplay yet. I will be going into this blind, but it is a survival game, and I assume it's going to be really, really hardcore. So that will be a good way to top off the Saturday evening. And the way it works is I play every game between 1 hour to 90 minutes. Sometimes it goes on a bit more, but then I just have enough time to sort of take a break, take the headset off and rest before getting ready to do another session. But that is just Saturday. So what's happening on Sunday, I hear you ask? Well, on Sunday, and this was a game that was cancelled when my laptop died, and I wasn't feeling particularly great. Les Mills Body Combat. So I'm going to be working out on Sunday, then diving into the surreal and beautiful world of Res Infinite. Hopefully my arms will not be falling off at that point. And then we'll be finishing off with an absolute classic PSVR 2 title, Horizon Call of the Mountain. This was a game I did play at launch. I do play it at launch, but I wanted to give it its own thing. So, there we go. That is all happening at the weekend. It should be good. It's going to be really, really, really good. And then get lost in that jungle. Yeah, absolutely. I don't think it's going to be ruthless. We'll have to wait and see though. Whoever does your graphics is awesome. Just saying, they look amazing. As in just these. Not that. These graphics. I make these myself. Or were you talking about the emojis? Because the emojis are amazing. And I did commission them. No, I appreciate that, Danny. All right, everyone. You might notice that pinned in the chat is this week's puzzle. Yep, I've brought the puzzle back. this is something that you can all get involved with as this show is going on. So I'm going to bring it up now. Link is pinned in the chat. And thank you, Danny. Really, really appreciate that. I really, really do. I'm learning a lot with Canva, which makes us novices actually stand a chance at doing some kind of graphic creation. But yeah, if you click on that puzzle link, you don't need to sign up to take part. And it's really quite simple. I mean, I always say this. Basically, you click a block, and then you click another. Is it public? I think it is public. I don't know. Maybe it's not. It's not letting me play it at the moment, but I don't know why. But yeah, you click on a block, you click on another, and it swaps them round. And if it goes green, it means you've put them in the right place. If it goes red, it means you've put them in the wrong place. So I'm hearing it bleep every time someone gets one right. So yeah, have a go. These are quite difficult though, because they're at I think it's 580 piece puzzle. There are still 446 pieces to go, and this is the thumbnail for today's episode. So give that a go, because sometimes we like stuff. It is public, but you can't figure out how to play. Do you know what it might be? It might be because there's a maximum number of players playing. But yeah, I don't know. Let me refresh it. Yeah, it's not letting me. I'm wondering if it's because it's already full up with players. But we'll have to come back to that and check it out. Right. And also, I just want to say a huge thank you to everyone who's joined and has never been a part of this show before. From next week, we will resume with regular programming and have some more key topics. But it has just been, it's been a tough month for me, really, which feels weird because I was going into August quite optimistic. But the truth is, life can throw stuff your way and you don't expect it. And I think a big part of it was during my grieving process. It affected me more than I was expecting. I mean, I knew it was going to impact me, but sometimes, I literally did not sleep for 3 nights, and I've not really had that before. And I think the exhaustion of that and going into the weekend just wiped it out of me, because I then thought I had a stomach bug from food poisoning, but then someone told me that it's sometimes because of stress and that, and I think that's what it was. So I took and last weekend I watched some movies, which I rarely do. As was mentioned here, do hit the like button if you haven't already. We always try and aim for about 60, which is a lot harder on Myles Dyer Live, because obviously it's a shorter show than the Let's Plays. Yeah, it's the 2 movies I went to see. I saw in my living room. I watched Guardians of the Galaxy 3, which I absolutely loved, and I cried so much at, because it's incredibly emotional. And then I watched A Quiet Place 2, the sequel, which I enjoyed, but I did go away thinking, what actually happened? Not a lot really happened in that movie. It felt like it. I don't know. I felt like it was going to be more to it, but I did enjoy it. So I don't know if you've seen those movies, but I recommend both of them. I think both of them are on Disney Plus at the moment as well. Right. Something else we do every week normally, just testing all these graphics, hopefully it works, is vitamin G. Vitamin G. What is vitamin G? Well, vitamin G is vitamin gratitude, and it's the idea that every day practicing a bit of gratitude, whether it's communicating it or just thinking about it, is really good for your mental health and well-being. And so I just take this opportunity to open it up to the chat, and someone says here, I haven't seen A Quiet Place 2. The first one was full on, liked it a lot. If you like the first one, I think you'll like the second one. It made me think back about what actually happened in the first one, in terms of maybe it was quite similar. But yeah, let me know in the comments now. It might be someone that you're grateful for. Could be a friend or a family or a stranger. It might be an experience that you had, or maybe it's just a thought. And again, you don't have to share these, but we like to take these moments. And before we do get to vitamin G, although no, actually I will mention it in the context of vitamin G, things I'm grateful for. The last couple of days, I've finally been able to eat like proper food. And what I mean by that is not what I was told was called brat, which is bananas, rice, applesauce, and toast. Things you should eat if you have a bad stomach. And I ordered pizza today, and that felt like a real treat. But I also have been going out for walks as well, which I've not really been doing because I've just felt terrible. And that's felt really, really good, enjoying the sun. So that's been really, really great. And when I was on my walk today, I thought about a question that I asked you last week. And by the way, I'm seeing everyone's vitamin Gs. I'm going to start reading them in a moment. By the way, everyone's chat doesn't go down automatically, does it? After a while, normally it does. So let me add that to the to-do list. Comments auto disappear. I was asking I asked when was the last time that you took a full breath, because we don't breathe properly. And when I was on my walk today, I actually did it. So my question to you right now is, have you taken a full breath today? And whether you have or you've not, we're going to do it right now, because it's amazing when we go through so many days of our lives without taking a full breath. And what that means is we're all just going to breathe in. We're going to hold it for a couple of seconds, and then we're going to breathe out already. So we're going to do this all together. So I want everyone to breathe in, fill up your lungs all the way, and just hold it there. And then let it out. And that is a full breath. And we'll do it one more time. We'll breathe in. And we'll breathe out again. And the amount of times we just don't go through days without doing it. I mean, I speak for myself. Some of you might be always taking a full breath. But, yeah. Oh, you went to the cinema and saw Meg 2 and you enjoyed it. I heard a mixture of things from that. So that's good to know. Right, let's have a look at everyone's vitamin Gs. Let's have a look here. Just make sure I haven't missed anything. Right, vitamin Gs. Here we go. Kalika says, Vit G, this week my gratitude goes to a coach who is providing a lot of help with overcoming various obstacles that my neurodiversity that seems to make some tasks difficult. I feel I am getting somewhere. That's awesome. Super, super good to hear that you've got someone to work with to achieve there. When you say you got a crap ton of that, do you mean vitamin G? Because that's good. Well, a couple very positive things. All right, I love this. Here we go. Right, I've got a question about VR. I'm saving that. I will get back to that. Here we go. 4 years sober today. That is absolutely amazing. Well done, Tiago. And number 2, Mum had a cancer scare. Had an appointment today, though, and all clear. Got to press it again, haven't I? And a third one. Start a new job on the 2nd of September. That's amazing. Absolutely amazing. Incredible trifecta of great news. Amazing. And 3 quite different areas of life. Your own health, the caring and love of others, and financial freedom that comes through having a job. So, yeah, congrats to all that. Abby says, I'm in the process of getting things ready for my grandmother to move in with us. And while it's hard, I'm grateful to be able to help her in the last stage of her life. And that is incredibly good to hear, Abby. And I think a lot of us can relate to this when it comes to elderly family members. And the fact that you're able to support her is amazing. So much love to you and the family there. Roy says, I'm grateful that I have 3 kitties to take care of and remind me of a joyful place in my heart that I didn't know I missed. That's lovely. See, I love all this. Mojo says, my vitamin G is for my friend Lindsay, who helped pass my name onto a new manager, and she helped me get 2 new jobs I owe her so much. Big Vit G to her this week. That's amazing. And also, like, very often in life, you know, just putting in a word for someone might not seem like a lot, but it really can change someone's life or trajectory. And even, like, if it's recommending someone for a job and they don't get it, it's still worth doing, because that might have given them the confidence to go, oh, actually, I did make some progress there. I can go on for another. So always go for that. Kira says, my support system coming through when I really needed it. That's super, super great to hear. And Lincoln says, thankful for how helpful my parents have been with my move back to Europe. It's making my life so much easier knowing that people have my back and will support. That's so good. That's so good. All right, everyone. Lots and lots of vitamin G. And also, yeah, if you're a member, if you click the join button, for the price of a coffee a month, you help support the channel by a little bit. It gives me some pocket money for investments to chip away at all these expenditures I get with running the channel. And also you unlock these cool emojis, and you get a little badge next to your name that evolves over time. So yeah, if you can, do hit the join button. Would really appreciate it. It lets me know, so I'll give you a big thank you live on the show. But also, if you can't do that, hitting the like button really helps me out. Subscribing, ringing the bell to be notified about all future Myles Dyer lives and Let's Plays. So yeah, thank you. Pete says, I'm grateful for my new friends who uses my real name, not the one that it was before the amnesia time. Okay, that's good. That's good to hear. I'm thankful for a new day be filled with joy. I love this. There's so much love in the chat as well. So much love, so much vitamin Gs. This is great. And also, do head on over to our Discord. I'll get the link and put it in the chat now. And join Empathy Arcade, because there is a vitamin G section. So it's not just about during Myles Dyer Live, although this is very nice and I'm glad that we do it. But whenever you feel something that you're grateful for, throw it on there. If you want to share. If you don't want to share, you don't have to. Because sometimes other people can relate to it, and it might inspire them to reflect on things that mean a lot to them as well. And I'll happily take some vitamin G. Thank you very, very much. And one of the ideas I've got written down here is, because I've been trying to get merchandise put together for a long time, is getting some vitamin G notepads. I think a vitamin G notepad would be amazing. And vitamin G mugs. Those are two things that I would buy myself as well. I think that would be really good. Let's just have a look how we're getting on with the puzzle, everyone. I mean, I can see my face forming, but there's still 372 to go. We're halfway through the show, though. We're halfway through the show. So yeah, if you haven't already, do head over and give them a help with that. Danny says, my vitamin G is finding a video of my late mum just before this stream, and it made me really happy hearing her voice again, and I didn't know the video existed anymore. That's amazing. And oh man, I can't even imagine what that's like. And it's good that we have memories, and we live in a time where we can record and, you know, hear people. It's so powerful, so powerful. I hate that this stream deck keeps resetting. It's really bizarre. Okay, the other thing we talk about is this, which is Dyer discoveries. What have I discovered this week that I want to share? And I have to admit, I have not thought about this, and I feel like I've really been put on the spot. But actually, no, I can talk about one thing. So one little device I have in front of me. Oh my. Right, can you hear me now? I messed that up. I'm so sorry. I went to hold it up and I must have yanked it out. I should have left it down. I've got this tiny little device called the Elgato Wave XLR. And what it means is I can plug this mic in, and it's just a small little thing on the desk that I can turn around like this and turn up and turn down, which is really good. That is replacing this big device. and this, which was a booster. It's called a cloud lifter, which is a great name. And you use that to boost the sound so that you have two cables, one going into here and then one that goes into there. All of that. I've been able to clear out. And also it means on Discord now, I don't need to do some weird tricks by putting my microphone through GarageBand and back into Discord. I can just now use it as a regular microphone. It was a really strange issue that I had. But a lot of the gear that I have were hangovers from when I did the podcast show and I bought all this equipment for the Quest for Global Empathy before the pandemic. And then when I moved here, there's just been a lot of stripping stuff back, which is I don't need it anymore. And I have to say I've never been happier. And something I'm really, really excited to start doing after today's show is to now start reaching out to guests again and getting guests on the show. Because there's been a lot of sort of issues with the live stream the last month or two, and obviously that's to do with the limitations of the computer I had. So the fact that I've got this tech now, it's going to give me a lot more freedom to sort stuff out. So yeah, I am incredibly happy about that. Right, that is everything. Abby says, and as of now, my child knows who Myles Dyer is too, passing on to the youth. There we go. Generational learnings about me. I appreciate it. Wow. So I wonder what Elgato first made. That's really interesting because obviously Elgato are just absolutely smashing it now when it comes to streaming equipment. Has it been a while since you've updated your gear? I mean, it's a constant process. So the Wave, that I bought this week, obviously I've updated these things here. I think the last big upgrade would have been the table behind me that goes all the way behind me. And then before that, it was probably... because I used to have the microphone that came across my face, whereas now I have this, again, an Elgato low-profile one that's here that holds it. The other thing I got, which, again, I don't know if it's going to be able to, I'm going to be able to hold it. I've got this cool device. It's called Journey. I got advertised on Instagram. And basically, you can charge your watch there, your AirPods there, and then you can put your phone there while it's charging. It's magnet, so I can like watch TV that way, or do a FaceTime call that way. So it's really cool having all those things. And I've got some speakers now because I had these massive speakers which I showed you last time. So it's a lot of tweaking, but it's meant there's a lot more space now, and yeah, it just feels a lot more spaced out. And also, whenever I was doing my work, I'd have my main computer there, and then I would have my laptop in front of it for work. Whereas now, because I have a laptop here, this is my computer, I can take it downstairs to do Let's Plays, and also I can take it out and then put my work computer there and use the two screens as well. So it's going to make not just my live streaming life a lot easier, it's also going to improve my work as well. It's going to make me a lot less stressed and more productive, which can go hand in hand. Cool. Right. Okay, I've been told there's minor hissing now, which wasn't there before. Has it gone now? I mean, it is still there. Right, I'm just going to unplug it. This could be... Let's just see. Ah, there we go. Okay, that's weird. I honestly don't know what caused it to work then. It doesn't even make sense. It doesn't even make sense. Like I'm doing nothing and then it starts working. Now, I asked it to play music. Was it playing music that whole time? Because I was asking it to and it wasn't, which I found strange. Why it wouldn't be playing music. But yeah. Uh, we had no issues throughout the whole live stream, and then I did like the most daring thing. But it is something I definitely need to work out how to quick fix it, because that does confuse me. Because that is a lot of just trial and error. It's weird because the lights are on and then they just like turn off randomly. So yeah, I'm gonna have to work that out. And yeah, the hissing was when I had it all the way up here, like that. But if I do it like that, I think, yeah, I mean, okay, that's really weird. I think it's the cable. I think it's a dodgy cable. So I'm gonna have to order another cable. I think it's actually the cable. So I'll put that on my to-do list. I should get a spare one anyway, because the ones I've got aren't long enough. And that would make sense why it was messing up when I was moving it, because the cable I used was actually an old one, because I haven't needed one of that length. Because when I had the cloud lifter, I had a small cable go into it and then another small cable to go back round, whereas now I need something to do the full distance. So I will put that on my to-do list, is get a new cable. Order a new XLR cable. So here we go. This is it. We're working out together, right? Right. Yeah, the buzzing is from the game. It's an Elgato Wave XLR. Oh yeah, I remember that on LBC. The Steve Allen came on when James O'Brien was too quiet on his show. That's hilarious. When he pondered for too long. This is an SM7B. I had to check that. And I do have a cloud lifter, but I don't need one anymore because of the Wave XLR. So yeah. Really, really good. How we doing? How we doing here, guys? We're getting there. We're getting there. I wish I could play along, but I don't know why it's not letting me. I'm wondering. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know why it's not letting me play along. I think it is just because there's too many players. So yeah, fair play to you all. Fair play to you all. The sound is low. Well, I can turn myself up. But then you're getting... I do think the hissing might be the microphone. Can you hear me? Is that good? Ah, okay. That's... Right. Testing. Maybe if I turn this up here. How does that sound? I mean, look, until next week, I'm going to have to get a new cable, because I actually do remember when I was playing with my band, one of the cables was hissing. So there's no hissing now. That's good. All right. No hissing. Here we go. This is why we're doing it. This is it. This is the part of the show where we're actually doing the topic. We're actually testing things. No hiss here. Not yet, anyway. I love that. Right, let's have a look. There was a question here I saved from ages ago by Techno Gatsby, who says, with the increase in VR tech, Myles, have you ever had internal dialogue about skipping something VR because you felt a newer thing was on the horizon? Or is it part of a journey enjoying every step? With the increase in VR tech, Myles, have you ever had internal dialogue about skipping something VR because you felt something... Can you give me an example, Techno, if you're still about? I'm wondering. Yeah, I'm wondering what you mean by that. If you give me an example, I'll happily. Yeah, exactly. We're doing. Thank you, my matey. Turn it up to 11. I can always just put stuff in the background like that. Have some background music. I love this song so much. Right. Any questions, people? And do you know what also is amazing? Is with everything running at the moment, my computer is using only 23% of its processing power, which is ridiculous. It's the M2 Pro chip. I'm really curious to see how it works on my live streaming. I'll actually show you guys. Sorry, yeah, the music did come in quite loud. I do apologise about that. I do wish there was a different tab for music, because it all comes under sound effects. I think it is the cable, because it does have phantom power, which is what the cloud lifter does. But yeah, just 23%. I know, it's incredible. Right. And when I'm like moving a window round really quickly, it's like it's barely budging. Sounds off again. Don't say that. I think the sound's fine. Let's have a look here. Merchandise. Oh, have I only got... Or maybe I don't have... I need to find the merchandise pictures. You must have hit mute while typing. Well, that can happen. That can happen. Yeah. Right, let's have a look here. I want to find... No. You don't need to apologise. You don't need to apologise. Right, let's have a look here. Oh, man. Some of the photos I've got here. Right. Yeah, I'm gonna have to have a look, search through this to find out these merchandise things, because I can't find them at the moment. But merchandise is something I think August should be about getting guests, and then September is merchandise. I think that would be really, really good. So August focus, book guests, and then September focus, launch merchandise. Yeah, I think that'll be good. I think that'll be good. Even Myles didn't change that much. Just the haircut. Yeah, I have it a lot shorter. I mean, I've always thought about growing it longer again. Did anyone else see lag then? I love this. Everyone's no longer enjoying the live stream. Everyone's like with a fine tooth comb is just like peeking to make sure they can see anything. Right. I'm just having a look here. I mean, I've got some old school videos here. I mean, do you want me to show you some of this? This is this was when I was at University of Hertfordshire. So this was like a year into me being on YouTube, and then I spoke about how vlogging can help with the education system. And I mean, you're going to look at the player. This is the recording of it. But this was me talking about my YouTube story. I mean, let's just look at this now. Check this out.
I just want to thank the University of Hertfordshire and the Blended Learning Unit, first of all, to allow me to do this, because I'm a student, a second-year psychology student at the University of Hertfordshire, and I've never done anything like this before. I've never had a microphone connected, so it should be interesting how this should go. So today I'm going to be talking to you about vlogging, and a nasty picture of me there. I'm going to have to live with on the big scale. Vlogging to me is such an important thing because I've done it for 2 years now, and the reason I started was because I saw on the BBC News of an 80-year-old man called Geriatric 1927, that some of you may have known of, who posted a video using technology where he posted a video up onto the internet and just said, I'm here to talk about my values, my beliefs, and it didn't just stop there. What then happened, which is actually where my interest began to develop, was people were being able to post video responses to his video with their own beliefs and, to add discussion. And I thought, can I do that? I'll give it a go. So set up a...
Yeah, really, really interesting. Because basically I've been going through my computer and just like clearing out stuff I don't need, but also picking up like old video clips and stuff like that. And a lot of it has been a trip down memory lane, which has been quite amazing to see. It's working on the AJ cosplay. For those that don't tune into Without Parole, AJ, a fellow host, wears a black beanie. So, I've actually still got my black beanie from the good old days. This is why I love showing people it, because it just shows how far I've come. And... talking about the internet. But that video, actually, I think clips of it you can see on my YouTube channel. I've still left it up, so definitely check it out. I think I have do I have a memories? Here we go, memories. Oh my goodness. I don't know, I'm going to have to look here. Oh my goodness. This is so cool. Oh, amazing. Sorry, I'm like looking through these clips and not showing you. But there's some really cool stuff here. This was a... Oh no, I'm not going to show that actually. Okay, this clip I've got, right? This was the first time I really discovered what furries were. This is going to sound such a weird, segue. But genuinely, I didn't really know much about furries. And then, what does this have what year it was in? I was in Hobbycraft. And I turned around. This was in 2017. So 9 years ago. And I turned around and I've never gasped out loud. Like, oh my God. Like, genuine gasp out loud. And this is what I saw. They took their sewing machine. I'm sorry, yeah, I know it was such a weird segue, but I'm just looking at this video clips, and it's just like, yeah, no, I do respect them, but I was completely shocked. I turned around, I did not expect to see this. But yeah, that was me taking a trip into town once. Let me have a look here. What else have we got? Wow. Oh my God, some of these videos are horrific of me, like when I was getting my head injury stuff sorted. This is when Instagram filters first became like popular.
So tired.
that my face doesn't even look real anymore. Oh my god. There was also a time where 20th Century Fox, they invited me to the premiere, the world premiere of Alien Isolation. No, not Alien Isolation. Alien Covenant. It's amazing here. Super cool. And before the premiere, they let me wear the spacesuit from the movie.
We're going to be probably leaving in a minute.
It's just because of the light.
Yeah, if they're cool with it, no problem. Thank you.
Yeah. Oh man, I've got some cool memories in here. I need to just start digging this stuff out. I mean, this is stuff that's kind of cool to go through. This was when the studio was being created for the Quest for Global Empathy, and they had an awesome artist come in to paint the wall. And you can see all my stuff on the table there. So much stuff that I've now sold. Wow, yeah, so many memories. Does everyone know Dodie? Dodie, the musical artist, YouTuber, classic YouTuber. She was very kind to let us come on stage when she was performing at VidCon. Again, I don't know what VidCon this was at, but it's gonna be. I'm gonna have to turn the sound down because the volume is gonna be so loud. When was this? Oh, it was 2017 as well. I know Dodie's amazing. I'm so proud of her. Like, she's absolutely smashing it. Right, look, check this out. So this is when she was going on stage. So many memories, so many random memories I've got on here that I'm definitely going to have to sort through and have a look through and have a clear out. Because when we were talking about vitamin G at the start and people were talking about memories, it is amazing, the fact that we live at a time where you can record stuff and keep it there, What we got here? Should we end with a silly little clip? Should we end with a silly little clip that I've got saved on here because I absolutely love it, and I think we've all had days like this. I think we'll all relate to this. There's no sound for it, by the way. Yeah, you're free. Yeah, we've all had days like that. Right, everyone, listen, we're coming to the top of the hour. The nostalgia indeed. Doesn't feel like the early years of YouTube, but even that long ago. It's interesting you say that because when I also think about my first YouTube video, and you know what, I will play a bit of it now actually for those that haven't seen it. A part of me is like, it does. When I look at myself there is a lot that I'm like, there's a lot that makes me, that I identify with, and I still recognize. I can sort of see, like, if you can imagine like a string that, like, or a timeline, I can kind of see the timeline and where I'm tethered to the past. But there's a lot of aspects where I'm just like, I can't really remember. I can't remember. Right, let's have a look here. Here we go.
Hey everyone, my name's Myles, as a lot of you probably know, because I've probably sent you a message on MSN, MySpace, what have you, telling you to check this out. On BBC News there was about this 78-year-old man who posted up a blog, video blog, to talk about things that of his interest, and I'd always considered doing this myself, and when I looked at some of the replies people gave to him and that, I then decided maybe I should, use it as a tool to express myself. And for those of you who are actually interested in hearing what I've got to say, you can hear so. Well, this is obviously my first intro. I could tell you about myself, but I've already got one of those videos, and if you want to see it, you can go on my MySpace, which is myspace.com/blade376, and it'll be on the right hand side. One of my main things that I'm going to talk to you about is my film, because
yeah, so it's amazing. Cannon Hawk says, did you always open to putting were you always open to putting yourself out there, Myles? Did you anything come gradually? If not, no, I think actually the opposite has happened. I was incredibly open when I first started, because I always remember Nathan Dighton, who is he works for PlayStation Access and We Are Reach, and I remember him once saying that Twitter used to be the platform where you would tweet a friend and go, hey, do you want to go to the pub tonight? And I love that, because it was so true. Whereas now, I wouldn't say that. And back in those days, I would end up saying, hey, anyone live in the US and want to hang out? Oh, great. Yeah, do you want to hang out? Great. Then let's meet up. And I would tour the US and stay around the homes of people that watch my videos. I wouldn't do that now. And also, I put myself out there a lot because I just believed in the technology, and I thought I just want to connect with people. Now I realise that there are a lot of nefarious people out there, and actually you should be a bit more cautious with what you put out there. But at the same time, I'm very open. Like, what you see is what you get on here. I'm not like coming to the show thinking, oh, what am I going to say and not going to say. The only stuff I tend not to share are... And actually, this is something that I've always believed, which is I never share information about other people unless, in my life, for example, unless I've got their permission or that they'd be happy for me to do so. So I tend not to talk about too many people. And yeah, I don't talk about any identifying factors about my life. So obviously I don't give out exactly where I live. Even when I'm doing my Let's Plays in my living room, I always ensure the door is closed so that people can't see through when it goes to pass through and see identifying features of like windows or doors and stuff like that. So, and it probably comes as no surprise to someone who works in cybersecurity as well. But yeah, that is that. I barely remember like 2014 to 2022. So yeah, I still very much remember the early days. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff where, like certain years, it's very easy to remember the end of the timeline, but it's everything in between now where it can be quite hard to put your finger on. The best part of this is the casual mention of MySpace. I actually did go onto my MySpace. Let me just do it now. Here we go. How many people I'm connected with. And this is when I lived Henley-on-Thames. And then tags. It did actually have people. Ascension of the Watchers. Lisa, who was a close friend of mine, who unfortunately died when she was 16. I was 18. That's pretty powerful. Alex, he's in Australia now. Wow. He was from Malefice. Hugh, who's my best friend. Dale from Malefice. It's interesting, but like none of the like photos and that are here. Is this gonna load? No. And it does say there are videos. But I'm wondering if this is connected to a YouTube video or something like that. Ask Myles, what is your final destination? Yeah, I don't know. We're getting on well here, people. This is going to go on way past the show, that's for sure. But yeah, memories. Right, let's have an MSN Messenger. AIM was what Americans used. Blade 376, yeah. So, well, my YouTube channel now is still Blade 376. And actually, and this might have to be a conversation for another time, but I've literally got fan mail, if I can call it that, and like Blade 376 art hidden down there. I'm not going to be able to get it, but the thing I did manage to grab was this: 15 minutes of fame, become a star in the YouTube revolution. This came out in... When did it come out? Does it say on the... Oh my goodness! Look at the inside page. Bohem. Charles Trippy. What the Buck. There's me in the corner. And it's all about YouTube. And then I don't even know what page I'm on. Lisa Nova. Let's have a look here. Here we go. And then when I met Charlie, it's so cool, like. It's cool, huh? Yeah, man. I once wrote cheat notes on page 376. So honestly, whenever I see the number 376, it rings a bell. Nah, we still call it Twitter. And typos are allowed. Typos are totally allowed. Sorry, I'm just catching up with the chat. Yeah, YouTube. It's what I put in my post was that. Wow, people are really catching up with this. By the way, everyone get stuck in. You're doing good. YouTube. I can reel off a few things that were different back then. Back then, you could do up to 5-star ratings. So most videos had 2.5 stars because it was all averages. They had like the top commented, top favorited charts. They had a front page editorial where they featured specific videos. Videos were square. And they had video responses, which they're kind of bringing back now with YouTube Shorts, supposedly. But yeah. I love the longevity of YouTube. I love it as much in 2023 as I did in 2006. It's interesting you say that, because I definitely have a fondness, but there are a lot of things that have improved over this time. But yeah. Chocolate Rain, Tazon Day. Love the dude. I speak to him from time to time. Maybe I should get him on the show. Maybe. Should I get Tay on? Yeah, I'll get him on the show. I'm guessing there were another 375 blades. I can't remember why I chose that number in particular, but it was because when doing high schools on computer games, it was always taken. But yeah. Yeah, YouTube did the annual like things that were always Miles vlogs in front of his webcam. Well, yeah, that's what I was doing on it. Some flexing. Yeah, it's flexing. It's nice. I like reflecting on it. I think it's cool. Yeah, it's great to see Charlie and how they're doing. Yeah, I actually spoke to Charlie, but I got scolded for using credits to ask a question and using it to say how nice it was to see them. And they said that their response was, please only use it for questions. So I was like, okay, I respect the process, and I'll leave it there. This is it. This is all of it. By the way, the new computer seems the tits. For anyone that was not tuning in on Friday, it was on AJ show on Monday, wasn't it? If the tits is a UK slogan, not something that I use, but yeah. Is that right? Andy Warhol never said it. Interesting. I found this site. Sounds crazy talking about YouTube, but that was it. I discovered it, and it was a site that everyone just didn't really think much of. Right. Good to see you here, Mulan. Hope you're doing good. Right, I've caught up with all the comments. Right, everyone. I love that. We were like heading off into towards the end of the show, and then we thought we'll just have a look at a couple more things. And there you go. You had another 10 minutes, and also I was giving you more time to get this done. And there are 263 pieces left. But look, you're getting good with the laptop. I don't know why it's not letting me play along. I'm not happy about it. But it does say it's public. So yeah, I'm not sure what's going on. But maybe someone can help in the chat. Listen, everyone, thank you so much for tuning in. Do hit the like button if you haven't already. And I do remember Lonely Girl 15 that went off into a really weird direction. And thank you very, very much for the kind. Oh no, there's a exclamation mark on the end the live stream. So I'm gonna have to manually do this. That would have been bad if I hit it and then it didn't actually end. So yeah, I want to say a huge thank you everyone for tuning in. This stream, it feels so much better having this freedom now. It works really, really well. I'm super, super happy. And I'm just glad that we get to spend this Wednesday together. I am still off the tail. Oh my God. I try not to yawn the whole show. I'm still on the tail end of my recovery. And what I mean by that is, although I'm feeling better, I'm still pretty weak because I haven't eaten a lot for the last 10 days. I'm still like getting good sleep along with that. So hopefully by next week I'll be in a much better place. But yeah. Oh, before I finish, there's this quick switcher. So I can switch from this camera to my laptop camera, which I have to say, this laptop camera is pretty good, but it's not as good as this camera. Look. Oh, wait, no, it's not going to work because I need to do this. Let's try this now. There we go. There's my laptop camera. I mean, it's cool. It's cool. And also you get to see my Doom poster, the Revenant, which I absolutely love. So badass. But yeah, it's not. I mean, it's not a bad camera. It's not a bad camera. But then when you go from that to this, it's really, really good. But something I do want to get is a button for like punching in. You know, when something dramatic happens. I think that'd be really, really good. And yeah, I will be resting a lot for the rest of the evening. So before I yawn again, I love you all. Thanks so much for tuning in. And if you were new this week, you are certainly not boring me. I absolutely love hanging out with you. But yeah, I feel like we're steadying the ship. The other thing I can do is actually use. Do you know what? Should we try this now? I should be able to use. This as a second camera. I love this. I mean, we may as well do this now because this is all about testing, right? Clicked. There we go. Woo! There we go. So this is my iPhone camera, which is the quality is amazing. But yeah, I mean, obviously, really shaky hand. But it does mean I can show you. That's it. That's what I swapped for the big thing. And that's the cable I need to sort out. And then here you can see the infinity. Ooh. But there you go. You can see my setup there. And I'm just making sure I'm not giving anything away that's... but yeah, it's a nice setup. Smaller... Anyway. I'm gonna now switch back. My hands are so shaky. There we go. But yeah. But it does mean I can actually, if I can get like a wall mount for the iPhone, like I don't know how I could do it. I could literally have like a camera behind me. But at the same time, I do like to keep this here because obviously when I'm using it, and this is the problem, when I do my Let's Plays live streams, I use my phone as the camera. But it means that people can't call me, which can be problematic. So I do need to be mindful of that. Oh, there's his credit card number. Don't make me anxious. I don't have a credit card, so there's that. But yeah, all right. Well, we've gone on for another 5 minutes there. Thank you, everyone, for tuning in. And one last time, do hit that like button. We're 2 away from 40. And if you haven't and wouldn't mind considering, for the price of a coffee a month, click the join number. I can't even speak now. Click the join button and become a member to unlock a special badge next to your name and really, really cool emojis and join a part of the club because it would be lovely to have you a part of that membership. But at the same time, if you don't do it, just hanging out with us is absolutely wonderful and I love you for it. So yeah, it's now time for your final thoughts. And I can't press the button because it's not working, so I'm going to have to click it down there. Bye-bye. Love you all.
Thought I saw you on the road. I was chasing sunsets all alone. The darkness faded, painting goodbye big sky. Far away but dreaming of your ocean eyes. Thought I saw you on the road. I was chasing sunsets all alone. The darkness faded, painting goodbye big sky. Far away but dreaming of your ocean eyes.
I just noticed the stars weren't moving. The video was not on loop. I know, it's not one long video. It's just a looping video.
Thought I saw you
It's fixed now, though.
on the road.
Who noticed?
I
No?
was chasing
Okay.
sunsets
Should have mentioned it.
all alone. The darkness faded, painting goodbye big sky. Far away but dreaming of your ocean eyes.
Did you notice it? I love that it comes back up with the text. This is the thing with the text not disappearing. It says, "Sorry, I'm boring you now." No, straight away it's like, "Oh, what? Are people still thinking I'm boring?" No, that's good. It's good. No, basically, that'd be a good guessing game, wouldn't it? How long is the video that loops with the stars? It's very, very short. I think it's saying like 3 or 4 seconds. But yeah, I didn't notice it. But this is it. Going through them all, I get to test everything, so it's really, really good. Yeah, thank you very much, everyone. I enjoyed this. I'm feeling very happy about it. I've got a list of things to do by next week. Things I need to just fix and stuff. I've got a list of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 things to do. So yeah, can't end until the puzzle is finished. I mean, look at you guys. There's still 237. And by the way, Mulan, just want to say a huge thank you again for that super chat. Really, really, really nice. You're never boring. I do have boring moments, trust me. But I appreciate that. I would join the Discord now to play some games with you, but I am just going to get some rest because I just need to get a good night's sleep. But yeah, is it possible to have the text from the chat appear a little higher than the closed captions? What, so like here? I mean, I could do there. Maybe. I don't know, that's a good point. Yeah, because I know some people do like closed captions. Are we starting over again? Yeah, the show's starting now. That was all the preamble. Great. Heading off. Much love to you all. Thank you so much for joining me, and I look forward to seeing you on the next one. Bye-bye.